Today, the third of 6 Baltimore police officers charged in the death of Freddie Gray went on trial, the only officer charged with murder. Gray's neck was broken while he was being driven in a police van last year. Jeff Pegues is covering this trial in Baltimore.
Prosecutors say Officer Caesar Goodson Jr., the police van's driver, intentionally took Freddie Gray on a 45-minute rough ride to jail. Deputy State's Attorney Michael Scatzow blamed Goodson for not ensuring that the 25-year-old was wearing a seatbelt. There was no good reason not to belt him in, he told the judge, except to bounce him around. After a number of injuries suffered by people in transport vans, Baltimore police had been reiterating to officers that prisoners be seat-belted in. Prosecutors allege Goodson ignored the rule. But Officer Goodson's attorney, Andrew Graham, told the judge prisoners are virtually never belted, saying Gray's death was a freakish accident and that convicting a good officer to satisfy a desire to have someone to blame will just make a tragic situation worse. Gray's arrest and subsequent death last year exposed long simmering tension between Baltimore police and the community. Riots erupted after his funeral. More than 200 police officers were hurt. More than a dozen buildings and businesses were torched.
Officer Goodson.
The state's attorney's decision to charge the officers brought some measure of peace to Baltimore, but so far Marilyn Mosby has failed to prove guilt, and her office's tactics have been maligned. Last December, Officer William Porter walked free after a hung jury, and last month in a bench trial, Judge Barry Williams found Officer Edward Nero not guilty. Both officers face lesser charges than Officer Goodson. The same judge will decide Goodson's guilt or innocence. Today, he's scolded prosecutors for failing to turn evidence over to the defense about another prisoner in the transport van with Freddie Gray. The pressure is increasing on prosecutors to get a win here. Scott, the state's attorney in the city, is feeling the heat from members of the community who say they want justice, and many in law enforcement who don't see this as justice at all.
Jeff Pegues in Baltimore for us. Jeff, thank you.